What's up, everyone? Today we're doing axle seals on an 06 F250. It's got the 6-liter.
It's a power stroke.
Yeah. But so we're gonna go ahead and show you how to do that. This one's leaking, so let's get to it.
Okay, well, that's not
You're gonna have to crack them loose.
I'm gonna loosen. Yeah, we're gonna have to get the breaker bar out first. And first things first, take the wheel off. Oh, that was the one that...
Is it off the ground?
No.
Oh, okay.
Alright, after you got your wheel off, go ahead and jack up the axle higher on the... We're going to do one side at a time. So make sure that this side is higher than the other side. That way when you pull your axle out, you're not going to lose all your fluid. So since we've already got it jacked up and it's higher than the other side, we're going to go ahead and remove these bolts that hold this caliper bracket on right here. It's an 18 millimeter on this. Actually, correction, I think it's 21. 21 millimeter. So we'll go ahead and remove those two. This will take the whole bracket and the caliper off. Okay, now that the caliper's off, you make sure that you set the caliper somewhere or take some baling wire or something and wrap it up around your spring. That way it's not hanging on your brake line. Now that we got that done, we can go ahead and we're going to go ahead and just take the drum off, get it out of the way.
What size are these bolts?
Those are 18.
Are they 18?
Yeah.
What is this? This is 21.
Now you got to remove your axle. It's all these bolts here. They're 18 millimeter.
And something is going to probably leak out of here. So, a little catch pan.
After those bolts are out, we're going to go ahead and pull this axle. And make sure you set it somewhere clean. If you got a piece of cardboard or something like that, that's what we've got, so we'll use that. So let's grab this axle. Alright, when you pull this, it is still going to leak. Put your little catch pan down there. Okay, on the driver's side of this 06 F250, the threads are reverse thread. So when you would normally do righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, it's righty-loosey, lefty-tighty. That's on the driver's side. Passenger side is your normal thread. So,
righty-tighty, lefty-loosey.
yeah, that's on the passenger. So just remember, driver's side is reverse thread. On there, there's this nut in here that threads onto the axle. You'll need a special tool. This is what it looks like. I'll find a link for it and I'll put it in the description below. But he's gonna go ahead and put that on there and take that off.
Do I need to push in real hardy?
No, it's clicking, it's turning.
Yeah. Quite there. Oh, still
Now that we've got that, now we can go ahead and hopefully it'll come off easy here, but we can grab this hub and pull it off.
Put your thumbs on the inside to catch that bearing so it don't fall out on you.
Yeah. All right.
Drain excess fluid.
And we have another catch pan that we set this in. Now, here's the old seal that was leaking. So we'll go ahead and show you how to get this seal out. Whether it's the proper way or not, this is the way we're gonna do it. So if you have a better way to do it, let us know in the comments below. So what we're doing is we're taking a little small screwdriver and we're just trying to get the screwdriver in there. Now this screwdriver is very skinny. Once it's in there, we'll take it and we'll just start turning it until it comes up, and you'll work your way all the way around. You might need two screwdrivers. You do want to be careful because you don't want to really mess up the edge inside. I'll show you something about that in a minute. Let's see here. Alrighty. Now, your old seal, make sure you keep it and you set it somewhere else because we're going to use it to apply the new seal in. So now that we've got that undone, there's a whole bunch of crap in here that needs to be cleaned. So we'll get the bearing out of there and
something important. This is a oil slinger. Don't lose it. Don't break it.
If it is broke, you'll have to get it from a Ford dealer, or they got, here we've got Midway, Ford for big trucks. They sell them there, but just remember it's called an oil slinger. And check yours. It could be broke. We've seen it in the past.
Okay. All right. So what Blake is going to do here in a minute is he is going to clean the outside of this very well. Probably put a towel in here so no brake cleaner gets in there, but it needs to be clean and dry. This is the new bearing, and on the inside, the seal, sorry. I hope you can see this. There is a very tacky, like grease in there, and then there's this ring that makes all the contact, everything. So the reason this needs to be clean is so that way when you're putting the hub back over, you don't accidentally touch this to grease or the axle oil. But Blake is going to clean this very, very well, and then Blake is going to show you probably you're going to repack the bearings with new grease. So I said earlier Blake was going to be the one that cleans this, but you know what? It's Zach's truck, so we're going to make him clean everything. Why not? All right, so an emery board or really fine sandpaper. You don't want to get like super gritty. Probably no Dremel. But see these dents? None of them go on in to the center of the hub, but it is probably best to clean it the best you possibly can.
Like we said, got to get all this clean, and because this was leaking, there's probably oil, rear end grease on those emergency brake pads. I mean, in all reality, it's not stopping your vehicle unless an emergency or you're parked, but still need to get the pads clean. So we'll go ahead and spray this and clean everything off. And it's just brake parts cleaner. And we just got a towel and microfiber towel we're using to clean it. You don't have to use microfiber towel, that's just what we're using.
You got it super clean.
So there we go, we got it nice and clean, and now we're ready to put the other seal in the hub. Actually, we gotta
Miss the spot. Use a double cleaner.
This is a clean towel.
All right, what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and, since we've got it off, the bearings are out, we're going to go ahead and pack the bearings with some grease. So let's do that.
All right, Blake is going to show you how to pack
Show 'em.
bearing.
You need,
Let me turn this around.
high temp
Disc brake, wheel bearing grease.
Make sure you don't lose your oil slinger.
An oil slinger goes on that bearing.
There we go. Put that off to the side. We're gonna go ahead and pack it since we got it out. But all you do is just put some grease in your hand like that. Yeah. And if you notice, it's coming out the top. That means it's done. You just keep moving around the bearing until it does that. So we'll go ahead and get these all packed up and be right back with you.
No more kissing.
All right, so Blake packed that bearing. This is the oil slinger. And if this video is fuzzy, I'm really sorry. I don't know what is wrong with the camera. But when you put it in with all this new grease, make sure there's no grease on this, because when you put that new seal in, it needs a good dry, clean contact. All right, Zach is going to show you how to put this in. And remember, because it's got this ring to seal the outer, clean.
You want to go even in all the way. You don't want to go, knock one side in all the way and then.
Yeah, you don't want to go all down here and then all down
try
here.
To work it in as even as possible.
Go in a nice circle.
And when you do this, use your old seal, because you don't want to tap on your new seal. It'll mess it up. So if you use the old seal on top of it,
just like
you're
so.
beating up your old seal, not your new one.
Yep.
So take the hammer and just light taps and just tap all the way around it and try to keep it going in as even as possible.
That is seated all the way down, and sometimes it is good to have an extra set of eyes because you have your hand over the top of this. But now it's all in, nice. All right, so Blake is going to take the hub very carefully and put it on, and then push it on as far as you can push it on. Okay. And once it's there, then Zach with the newly packed bearing.
And you can just throw it in there, it doesn't matter what it touches.
Yeah. Because this the only part was to be careful. And then this goes in this direction with those grooves out.
And remember, this is reverse thread on the driver's side.
Yes. And one more thing. So why Zach kind of tightens that a little bit by hand. If you do not have a torque wrench, you're going to need one, because you need this to be on there correctly. So Blake, hold this for 1 second. So this, I seriously doubt the camera's going to pick it up, but the torque specs for,
I believe that thing only goes down to,
it goes to 50. I found that out this morning. It goes to 50, but 0 and 60. So 60 foot-pounds.
And basically what you need to do is tighten that down to 60 foot-pounds. And then once you get it to 60 foot-pounds, you'll back it off 5 clicks. That nut that is on here, as you tighten it and it starts to get tighter, it'll start clicking. And then let's run it down with the let's see here.
To the left. Oh, it is to the left. Oops.
Put it in off.
Yeah.
I hate Snap-on's prices, but I love how they label on and off. So there's the clicking.
Okay.
$60 foot-pounds is not very much, so whenever he starts feeling some tension on it,
Right here. That's tension now.
oh, stop. I think it's already clicked.
Yeah, it's clicked one time.
You got any
No, there's zero play in it already.
okay.
Wow.
So now that that's done, it's got 0 play back and forth. Now you back it off 5 clicks. Go ahead and switch that for me.
There you go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay. And you see, still 0 movement, 0. But now this spins just a little bit freer.
But now that that's done, I don't know what you also did while you were in here, but if you replaced your, let's say your shield while you had the hub off and you had to redo your brakes, probably good to go ahead and start adjusting them, because they don't leave much room in the window back there to adjust those brakes. So it's probably good to adjust them now before you put the hub on. That way you can slide your drum on, or your rotor, and it's got an internal drum, and see if you can feel it or not. And then you'll have to set your parking brake, see if it holds it or whatever. Spin, yeah. So that's already done. So we're gonna go ahead and shove the axle in there. Now Zach's gonna go ahead and slide the axle back in. And by the way, you can do this now or after you put the drum on. It doesn't matter which order you do this in. So we'll go ahead and run those bolts in, and then we'll get to putting that new rotor on. All right, we got that done, and let's get the rotor.
I'm gonna clean it off real quick.
Oh yeah, got to make sure you clean it. Alrighty, now that's on, we can start putting the brake caliper back on. Okay, now that we got that on, it's just a matter of double checking, make sure everything's tight. We used a 3/8 drive impact, so it's probably didn't get it all the way. Okay. And now we can go ahead and throw the wheel on, and then we'll show you how to fill the diff. Make sure you got plenty of fluid in there.
All right, your rear differential. This is your fill plug. It is a You don't need a socket. It's just a 3/8 square bit. So flat level ground. When you fill it, to know it's full, once it starts dribbling out of here, just like running, not like pouring, but just a little run, it's full. Everything is full. All right. When you get the plug out, there is a, I assume this is like a built-in magnet. Make sure you clean all this off first. Okay, this is what it looks like, nice and clean. So I'm just gonna set it right here on the ground. And I'm gonna try to do this one-handed for you guys. So, tip's already cut. Just put it in here. Lift it as high as you can and squeeze. I hope it's filling. Oh, it is filling.
Yeah, we only get 2 bags of trash. That's all we get.
Alright, start over. Hold on.
You can buy
$1. It's $1 per bag, yeah. I'm like, I'm not
So
gonna-
what we do is we buy the 60-gallon bag.
They're talking, they don't know I'm filming.
but they can only be 40 pounds.
They've never complained.
Trash guys
Does anybody like funny fart humor?
here, they're about 60, 70 pounds.
Okay. Alright, I'll have to set the phone down and finish this. Alright. I put just a little too much in there, but that'll be okay. So magnet side back in. And like I said, it's just the 3/8 head. Okay, the truck is done and it is out of here.
Hopefully that video helped you out. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. Also, I'll put links in the description for tools that you'll need and I don't know, anything else I think you might need. All right, see you guys next time.
Bye.